Greetings, everyone. This is Ayman Tarabishi, ICSB Executive Director, and today's ICSB Exchange webinar is about our membership benefits for ICSB. I want to thank you all for attending today, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about our membership benefits, a little bit about our website, talk a little bit about all the different projects and activities and initiatives that we have, and then maybe at the end answer any questions that you may have, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit. First of all, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of our new website that we just launched last week, end of last week here. So this is the new ICSB website here, and we're very proud of it. And I know there's going to be still a lot of work to upgrade it even more, but this is what you will get to see when you come join our icsb.org website here. Currently on our website, we have decided to make everything public. So all the information, everything that you see here is public. But as we start our membership campaign and as we start our membership drive, and a lot of the different pieces of this website will end up only having access to members only. So what you get to see today is everything that is basically public for everyone to come and just click on and view. But in the next couple of weeks here, we're going to start limiting access to the different sections here. So let me walk you through the site itself here and explain to you a little bit what the rationale, the intentions behind it, what the different sections are all about, and everything. So on our homepage here, what we have decided here is to make this ICSB website more of a news-driven site. And basically we get a lot of information from our ecosystem about all the issues pertaining to micro businesses, small businesses, and to entrepreneurship, to research, to practice, to policy. And what we found is that it's many different sources here. So our goal was to consolidate a lot of the information and news that we find very important and opinion pieces and put them on this website here. So, for example, if you come to our website here, what you'll see is this week we're gearing up to our first virtual family business, and we have done a nice piece on the conference itself, announcing it. And so you can click here and go to the conference, and you can read about the conference and what we're planning to do. Also, we have what we call a secondary article here on the right-hand side here, in which we focus on another topic that we think is very important to us, or that we've engaged in recently. So last week we did a webinar with our colleagues in UAE, and we talked, and we really liked the message that was coming out from UAE and Sharjah, and so we highlighted exponential thinking in the UAE, and it really talks about the Surti Park there and what they're doing. And as you scroll down, I just want to make sure that, and are you all seeing the website? Are you all seeing the website, Jackie and Herman? Are you all seeing it? We're all good? Okay. Let me see, just see, okay. Okay, very good, yep. So as you can see here is we have, then as we move down here, we also divided up the article into two sections here. One is the Gazette, which is news that we have that we've been working on. And so we put every Tuesday morning, we put a brand new article up here on the Gazette. So this one was an analysis and comparison of the Armenian and Australian economies. Then we talk about an overview of entrepreneurship, or the entrepreneurship context here. And so every Tuesday, the ICSB team puts a new article up here. And so imagine it, it's like your Sunday Times or your favorite newspaper, and you pick, and you always go to that section in the newspaper and you say, okay, what's new? What's the recent Gazette article? So that's our goal, is to put every Tuesday something interesting, something engaging. But at the same time, this is where our partners come in, and this is where we engage what we call as our platform here. And we put different announcements. For instance, GCEC, which is the consortium of entrepreneurship centers, have an upcoming conference in Vegas. So we promoted, or we had recently, the BBC had a conversation with us and me about small business. So we put an excerpt from the BBC News there. Or we also showed a little bit about the Star Association free live shows. And as you scroll down, what we have here is different, what we call them thought pieces here. Now, if you get our newspapers, we have reflections, we make announcements here. So we put topics that we find very interesting here. So we have a topic on frugal innovation. We have a topic about the true essence of an entrepreneurial educator. Solidarity for young workers in the wake of Corona. This was the webinar that we did with the ILO. And outstanding case writing. We put a hot topic there. We put Australia. We can go also country specific or region specific or topic specific, as in the youth as well. So again, what you do is you get a nice, reflection pieces, topics across the board that we showcase here and share. And we try to update our site 2-3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week. We're not daily updating it, but we have enough content coming through that's interesting for you to visit once or twice a week as well. And then if you scroll down, we have About ICSB. And then this was our signature event that we do every year at the United Nations for June 27. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later so you see what's coming up and kind of get you interested. And then this is something important. This is our global MSME report. And this report is basically, we go out and talk to all our partners, the United Nations, UNCTAD, OECD, and DESA, EBRD, everybody, and we take all their reports, every report they have done, and we ask them a simple question, saying to them, give us your executive version of all these reports in no more than 2,500 words, because we're going to put them together in one big yearbook to talk about the status and the state of global MSMEs worldwide. And we launched this report on June 27. So if you look here, we have the 2019 report and then also the 2018 report. So if you go back for 2 years now, you have the state of the art of micro and small medium enterprises now for the last 2 years from all our partners worldwide. And this year, I think we're going to have the largest edition because of what's going on in the world on MSMEs. So this is your encyclopedia, if you may, of the source of all the topics that we think that are very important and critical to ICSB, and launched every June 27. And then if you scroll down, we have some testimonials and then some of our partners as well. So as you can see, the homepage is a nice landing spot for you to get quick and brief and right to the point information. Then under the About Us, you can see about our board of directors, you can see about our headquarters, and then our governance as well. So you have all information to learn a little bit more about ICSB. I really like About ICSB, if you really want to learn about who we are and what we do here, and this gives you a clear kind of lessons or notes about us. So we are the premier global platform in support of small and medium-sized enterprises, right? We were founded in 1955, and we are the first international membership organization to promote the growth and development of small businesses worldwide, right? And we bring together, this is where it really fits nicely with who's joining us today and who wants to join us. We bring together educators, researchers, policymakers, and practitioners. So we bring everybody together to share knowledge and expertise in the areas of entrepreneurship, SMEs, and so forth. And this is really our story here. We were founded in 1955, right? And we were present in over 85 countries that use our platform to distribute new knowledge and information, right, about SMEs and entrepreneurship. And here are some of the pictures. This was us at the United Nations last year, and this was us in Egypt as well in November, right? And also our vision is to be basically, if you subscribe to ICSB and if you believe in ICSB, we are the premier global platform in support of small, medium-sized enterprises. This is who we are. This is what we do, and this is what's our passion. So that's a little bit about who we are and kind of what we do. Then we have here basically our events page in which we have different updates and different things. The World Congress, of course, got postponed to 2021, but we also have boutique conferences that we do. Last year, we did a conference in Italy. So we have big conferences that attract, 500, 600, 700, 1,000 people. And then we have small conferences that attract 100 people, 150 people. So last year, on November 18 in 2019, we did a conference in Salerno in Italy. And here was the program. Here's basically what we did, and here's our partners as well that were with us on it. Right? So just to give you an idea that we also go from global to local, what I call local, right? And here was the different programs that we did here. And we're going to have, hopefully when things get normal again, we're going to have a lot of boutique conferences coming up, right? Because we just understand mass gatherings are not going to happen, but we're going to start doing boutique small conferences as well. So we really are excited about this. This was basically our program last year there. Day one, we did a topic on humane entrepreneurship, and then we did a nice gala dinner. Day two, we actually did a site visit, and we had the different directors from the University of Salerno, right, and the different speakers that we had there, and then we ended. So small also matters. You know, as I say, we also like big and small different types of conferences. So the events page gives you a little bit of an idea. And then we have our family business conference, which will take us to a different website, which I'll show you a little bit later here. And then our news. So basically, our news we have, I mentioned to you the Gazette, and I mentioned to you our latest news here. But what we also do here is we do something called the countdown. And we do this every December. And I want to share this with you guys because ICSB knew something was going on. I wrote this, so I knew something was going to change here. And so we did, with every December, we launched the countdown here. And if you look carefully at our countdown, these were our top 10 trends, right, for our countdown. So let me walk you through it here. So number 10 is the power of belief. That was our trends for 2020, the power to believe. Then number 9 was, right, MSMEs need to meet the sustainable development goals. That was our trend for this year. And then I'm going to walk you through them here. Access to finance and new options readily available, right? And then if I go through them all, now I'm going to take you to the top 4 so you see. Number 4, right, is basically MSMEs and navigating trade wars. That was our 4th trend of the year. There's going to be trade wars. But then we have 3 more, and these 3 hit home for us very well because when I was writing them with our colleagues and we were debating which goes number 4, which goes number 3, which goes number 2, this is our top 3 trends for 2020. Right here. Number 3 is the 4th industrial revolution, the balance shifts. We believe that the fourth industrial revolution is going to have a shift this year. Number 2, which is now going to start to shock you here, is the rise of the entrepreneurial city. We knew cities are going to take center stage this year, and we've seen it. We've seen it because of the COVID-19. We've seen how different cities are coping with the COVID versus other cities as well. And the number 1, and I get a lot of emails and calls and saying, Ayman, how did you figure this out? Where did this come from? We just saw the trends. Traveling, meeting, talking to people. We knew with the new decade that things are going to change. Change is coming with this new decade. And our number 1 trend for 2020 that we predicted in December of 2019 is the end of the status quo, right? And now we call it the new normal, a new beginning, but we called it in December of 2019, we said the end of status quo is coming in 2020. And so therefore we're in this new world now, and we are making sense of it here. So that now you understand. So we do in our news page, we have that. We have also some tips, the top 5 tips for going digital as well. And we showcase this. So there's some information there that we keep constant for everybody to look at. And we put our video here, we put our that, and we put our digital education, and we talk about our different tips here, right, that you can use, you can download, and so on. So that's our news page. So there's a lot of news here. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, all of this is public because we decided, because of the COVID-19 and the crisis, is to make everything public here. But once you become a member in the next couple of weeks, a lot of these different public information, we're going to be only restricting it to membership access. Only members of ICSB, paid members of ICSB, will have access to this. So this is a good incentive for you to join. Then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our K-Hub portals. I'll come back to this at the end. But what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about are different tools that are available here. So far, and I'm going to go through them. So far, we have podcasts that we've utilized through our partnerships with the different universities. We have free access to sports podcasts that you can listen to, which we think is very important. Then we have what we call the ICSB toolbox. We have, I think, over 40 tools available to teach entrepreneurship, SMEs, to make your life a little bit better. Everything that we think that is important and useful for a toolbox for ICSB members, we've put here in our toolbox here. So for instance, this is a great video on budgeting 101 that somebody shared with us and said, hey, listen, this is really neat to teach people how to do budgeting. So we posted it, right? And then we talked about the Wadhani Foundation as well. Then we talked about the 20 Million Foundation. So everything that Harvard has free online courses. So we posted here, online courses for CASVA, entrepreneurship education. And if you go through it, this is a nice one. This is actually for virtual academic events. You can use iChair as well. So we put a lot of the different information that we have here for people to use. These are free resources for everybody that was shared with ICSB. So that's basically our toolbox here. We have also ICSB Exchange here, and that's basically all our webinars that we do. And we basically have one today, and it's the research center that we did, the membership crash course, Pitch GISP, our journal, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then we have the old past webinars here listed as well. So you can have access to them. Again, this is open, but soon this will be restricted to members only here. So that's a little bit about our ICSB Exchange webinars. Then we have ICSB TV, which basically has, I think, one of the largest collections on SMEs around the world on webinars. And we post the most recent one here, right? And then we have all the rest ones. So we have on family business, we have on entrepreneurship, we have on the Arab world, we have about MSMEs, and we go on down all the way, and we have our archives here. So we have a very extensive library of webinars that you can watch and view here as well. So this is what we call ICSB TV, right? Here they show up here. So you can see them here, the videos, and you can basically play them and watch them at any time with the transcripts as well. So that's our ICSB TV. And then we have an initiative called Humane Entrepreneurship that has been getting a lot of attraction in the media about the new, is it social entrepreneurship, or is the world moving towards more of a humane approach for entrepreneurship? So we have some webinars here that talk about it, and in English and also in French here. So this gives you, and then we have something about SME focus. So this initiative here has a lot of things for our members, that soon they'll be like, imagine yourself as in a class and you want to show a video on frugal innovation. So we have a video about that, or on humane entrepreneurship. So we have a video about that. So you get to access it for your students. So it becomes your source of information here that complements you in all your activities. Then we have so that's about the K-Hub here. Then we have our certificates here. We have another website called ICSB Global that has all our major initiatives here, but we've done one in collaboration with the United Nations on ILO, on the SDGs. And I was amazed. I thought, oh, we're lucky if we have 50 people show up or 50 people register here. When we announced it, within 24 hours, we had almost 400 people subscribe to it, right? So we sold out basically on this SDG certificate here, right? And here's the certificate. Here was the program overview and the different sessions. Now, because this is the United Nations, and because we don't charge for the Sustainable Development Goals, this was free to access for everybody. Okay, so this was a free to ICSB. But in the future, what we'll do is we'll only open it up to ICSB members. Okay, then the rest. So it makes sense for you to be a member, because you'll get notified ahead of time before anybody else saying, register now for this, because they'll have limited seats on it. And if you don't subscribe fast, you won't be able to get in. And so these are the certificates that we have. And then we have our ICSB Global certificates, and I'll show you a website at the end here. What I want to show you here a little bit here is and show you our membership, and I'll show you then a little bit some of the things. We have something here called ICSB Family, which we capture some of our members' spotlights here, voices as well. We showcase some of this here. Then our journals, which I'll talk to you in a little bit about as a membership benefit here. So let me show you the membership model here, so you understand how it works. Okay, let me just make sure that there's no questions here. Okay, so let me show you the membership model here. So we are a membership-based organization, and in our membership-based organization, it's very simple how it works here, right? If you are a student, it's $75 a year. If you are a professional, it's $125 a year. If you are an organization or a university, it's $1,000 a year. And if you are a K-Hub, which I'll explain to you in a little bit, it's $2,000 a year. What you get is all these different, what we call high-level membership benefits. Access to our ICSB news and events, live webinars, invitation to attend conferences and exclusive boutique events, as I mentioned to you for Italy and stuff. We're saying to you, we're opening this up, please join. Access to ICSB training, I mentioned to you the SDGs, I mentioned to you a couple other ones. Accessing the membership directory, as people join, you can search for them, as well as access to the Journal of Small Business Management and the Journal of the International Council for Small Business. And this is just high level. And if you are from a developing country, and there's a link exactly what we mean by a developing country, it's $35 a year. So for a student and for a professional, it drops from $75 to $35, and from an individual from $125 to $35, right? But if you want to join and you click here, you will get exactly all your membership benefits, what basically they are, right? And they're articulated here exactly what you get on all of them here. And so you get to now to see everything that's available for you as a membership benefit here, okay? And then also the payment information here. So that's basically your membership. So there are 4 categories here that you have, and there's a PDF, I'll show you that as well here for this. So you can decide if which level you're in, and if you're a developing country, you're welcome to come. Now, for K-Hub, and I'll explain to you a little bit about K-Hub, is a little bit different, right? K-Hubs for us means knowledge hubs. And this might be of interest to individuals that are running an organization, that are running an entrepreneurship center or family business center, or are part of a university. And you say, well, I just don't want to be a member. I want to engage ICSB at a little bit higher level. And I have my own programs. I have my own initiatives. I have my own activities, mini conferences. I have many different activities that I am doing, but I need a global partner. I need a platform in which I can showcase and share all these initiatives with the world. This is then what the Knowledge Hub is. ICSB, basically, there's a form you complete, and we ask you, so what's your plans? What's your goals? What are you doing? And you say, well, I am in country X, and I run an entrepreneurship center, and it deals with women entrepreneurs. And I want to use ICSB to network with other women entrepreneurs or researchers from around the world. I have a conference every October, or I have a certificate program that I do, but I want to show them that they're just not excluded from the globe. Actually, they're part of a family, or the ICSB global brand. So then what we say to you, that makes sense. Show us some examples. Show us some of the members you have or activities you do. And if it fits the criteria, if it fits the theme, the vision, the mission of ICSB, being the global platform to help promote micro businesses, small businesses around the world, you become a knowledge hub. Okay, you become basically one of us as there. So ICSB's vision is to have these knowledge hubs around the world, all interconnected together, right? So you become a knowledge hub in country Y, and somebody else is a knowledge hub in country Z. Well, now you both are talking to each other, and ICSB is the connector. And you come to the World Congress as Knowledge Hub directors. Okay, so then you get to sit, you get to figure out activities that we're doing, and then you tell ICSB, hey, ICSB, I want to do a big event with you all in my country in 3 years' time. on women leadership. We'll be like, great, he's a knowledge hub or she's a knowledge hub, right? And then we tell the other knowledge hubs, invite your people, right? And that's how we do it. So we, ICSB in general, becomes kind of leading from the back. The knowledge hubs will become eventually centers of knowledge and information to share. And you do your activities and you send us your individuals, your people to be members of ICSB. So they join us as students and as professionals, but you run your center. And I believe that's the future. Everybody interconnected, everybody working together, right? And we, ICSB, has this huge membership base of individuals, of professionals, and from around the world, all helping. In the meantime, we promote your knowledge hub. We promote your organization. Let me see if there's any questions so far. And let me see. If you have any questions, please write them down. Or if you have a chat, let me know. Does this make sense for everybody? Are you all following me? Does this sound exciting to you all? Sounds good? Okay. So that's basically what this is basically what the knowledge hub here. And I want to explain to you really the pricing of the knowledge hub here, so you know how this works here. I'm going to click on the join so you see what the knowledge hub here is. So the knowledge hub basically, it's $2,000 a year, but part of it you get one free conference registration or Congress registration. So when you come to the ICSB World Congress, which is next year, your registration is paid for. So you don't have to worry about paying, saying, no, we cover you, we know you, you're a knowledge hub. Okay, we like you, come. We want to see what you guys are doing in your country or your region. We are planning to have multiple knowledge hubs in every country. We are not going to decide only one knowledge hub per country. We're going to have many knowledge hubs in the country. And it's for a very simple reason. The more knowledge hubs, the more people can network. Okay, so you can have, in Italy, you can have 10 different knowledge hubs, one in Salerno, one in Milan, one in Turin, two in Torino, 5 in Rome. All of them are knowledge hubs. We don't care. If you have the mission and vision and ideas of ICSB, you're a knowledge hub. You do your activities, we support you. Okay, so just imagine the power of having 100 knowledge hubs around the world, like lights, stars that light up, right? And imagine those 100, when we mobilize them, when we tell them, knowledge hubs, we need you to help craft an idea, a document, a report, a research. ICSB touches the knowledge hubs touch its constituents, and our members support everybody. That's the model, that's the vision, that's the excitement there, is to get everybody going. So you get 5 members to be ICSB as automatic ICSB members. You get a knowledge hub, which covers your registration costs, right? And it allows us to sustain the operations of ICSB, because we have staff, we have to pay our student workers, we have to pay our many things we have to pay. So if we imagine, if we have 50 knowledge hubs at $2,000 a year, that's $100,000 that we can pay our expenses, right? And it's not a heavy lift if somebody pays $2,000 versus we trying to go get a grant for $100,000. That's just difficult, especially in this time and age. Nobody's going to give you $100,000. Nobody's going to give you $10,000. Somebody may willingly giving you $2,000 as they know they're getting something in return. That's the vision. That's the mission. So I am personally excited about this. This idea of the knowledge hub was been worked on now for the last 2 years in many strategy meetings in ICSB and board meetings in ICSB. And especially it was flushed out as well last time when we had a strategy meeting in Cairo, part of the ICSB World Congress. So the combination now is very simple. Student members, professional members, organizations that just want to be affiliated with ICSB, and then knowledge hubs, right? We believe the growth of ICSB is in the knowledge hubs. Members will join, individuals will join. Knowledge hubs are our activators of exciting initiatives there. But every single person that's associated with a knowledge hub needs to be a paid member of ICSB. That's how it works, because we need to account for who's a member of ICSB, because we need to make sure that they get the services they need. Any questions or comments so far? Yep, so there's a question here for me as an Egyptian. I don't have a business. I am a teacher and entrepreneurship facilitator in my vocational secondary school, which you should be joining as a professional member at a discounted rate of $35 a year. That's how easy it is. $35 a year, exactly. If you're in Egypt, that's a developing country in our list, you're a teacher, which is an educator, and also more importantly, you're doing costs, so it's only $35. So it's very simple. You come here to the membership section, right? And you join up and you click here and you click join, right? And let me see, you join here as a professional, you click here and you join, and then you join as a member of $35. That's how it works, okay? And you basically put your rate here and then you join. Click here for the discount code if you are a member, okay? That's how it works. That's basically the simple way of approaching this here. And then here's basically the membership accounts and then how you get here and the membership benefits. So that's a little bit about the membership, ICSB membership here. Now something exciting, and I want to mention our colleague from Egypt here. We have been doing it, we haven't launched it yet because there's so many things that we're planning to do. So this is coming out next and we're just finalizing the small little pieces of ICSB membership here. But we are creating what we call is we're going to have the largest ever, I believe, if it all comes to plan, and if idea is working correctly and we do the right promoting, we're going to have the largest database of micro, small, and medium enterprise educators in the world. Let me repeat myself. We are planning to have the largest database ever of micro, small, and medium enterprise and entrepreneurship educators around the world. And we create this here, we called it the Ed Exchange, right here. We haven't promoted this yet, and we will plan to doing it here, right? The entrepreneurship education here is basically your way of promoting yourself as an educator, okay? So we are just doing a soft launch here. Like for instance, let's take an example. Moses is a dear friend of ICSB and he did a webinar for us. But he is one of our early testers on this, and I asked him to submit and create a profile for himself. So what he did is basically come to the ICSB website and basically create a personal profile. So let me see who's on the chat here. So we can ask Ibrahim, Jackie, and Moses is on here. Hi, Moses. We have Hermanto, and you can come to this site, fill out this, tell us a little bit of your areas of expertise, tell us what country you're in, tell us who are you teaching, right? If you are willing to travel, yes or no, what is your primary language, and then how many years of experience you have, and about yourself. And if I click on his profile, you get more information about Moses himself. So imagine that. Because you're a member of ICSB, because you're an educator, right? You can come and create your own profile as an educator, right? And tell people, I'm a member of ICSB. I paid my membership to ICSB. I'm an educator in ICSB. And look at the URL, icsb.org, educator Moses Ngozi, right? And here's his information there, and his syllabus, and his references, right? And his LinkedIn profile, right? And how many years he taught. Imagine the largest databases in the world, over 1,000 people, 2,000 educators that are willing to teach online, to teach on campus, to travel. We just broke down all the walls. That's what's exciting, right? Is to have such a group. Now imagine how we tie this to the K-Hubs. Let's say you're in France and you're looking for an educator to come talk about, design thinking or finance, right? So you can come here and say, hold on, I'm looking for expertise in marketing or finance or design thinking, right? And I am looking for someone that's taught undergraduates or graduates or high school or executives. I'm targeting executives, right? And I want them to speak the following languages: English, French, Spanish, Mandarin, or Arabic. And they're willing to travel. And how many years of experience and how many years of online education. Once we have this database rich, then you have a list of individuals available that we know who they are because they're ICSB members, right? So you have this directory of people that we know, we can say, we know these people, they've engaged with ICSB, talk to them. So instead of you trying to figure out who it is, you have this availability. You see how this is exciting? Do you all see how this works well, right? Absolutely, right? And it's how to increase the awareness of the organization all over the world and easing the memberships. I don't know what that means, but we're trying to promote it as much as possible here. So that's basically the concept here. And then we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook, we have all these different activities here. So I want to keep it short now. I want to show you one more thing. So let me stop the sharing here and show you one more site so you see what I'm talking about. This is actually, let me just go here, global.org. Okay. Let me see if I can share this site. Okay. Do you all see this website right now? ICSB Global? Okay. So this website right here is basically our global site for certificates. So we have a certificate coming up on family business, basically. And our family business conference will happen next week on May 26th here. So you basically can register here and for the conference and join us on this topic of family business. And here are all the different speakers of ICSB that are at the conference as well. Okay, so we have basically a who's list on family business experts from around the world that are joining us for this family business conference. Now, if you aren't a member yet, okay, and you want to be a member, I highly urge you to register now for the conference, because it's basically the same rate and a little bit more because we have to pay some more expenses here, but not much more than what we have now. So if you want to register for the conference, now if you click on this one here, it's your membership rate is $150, while in ICSB it's $125, but you get the conference on top of it as well. So if you want to do 2 for 1 basically, or you join and come to the conference, I urge you to register here. And if you are from a developing country, right, you can join the conference as well here for $100. So you get the registration and the conference itself and the certificate that you did the family business conference. So that's basically a little bit. And then we have other certificates. We are doing one on social entrepreneurship that we just wrapped up, right? And we're going to probably do one soon on creativity and innovation as well. So that was our session on social entrepreneurship here as well, with our different speakers and experts as well here. So there's a lot to digest. There's a lot that you can do and join with here with ICSB. But this is what's kind of exciting about ICSB and all the developments. So I'm going to stop here. Let me see other questions or comments here. Let me close this one. And let me go to the chat section here. More chat. Okay. All right. So I'll stop here now and see if there's any questions or comments from anybody. Anybody have any questions or comments at all? Okay, and good. There's no questions or here. Let me see the question section here. 1 second. Close this down. Okay, and then the questions. All right, I don't think there's any questions or comments. So that's basically it on the ICSB here. We are excited to have you join us as members or as either students or as professionals or as organizations or as knowledge hubs, or also join our certificates here. And we believe that the future is exciting. We believe that we have something to offer and to serve our members worldwide. And we have a website that's gearing up to have a lot of exciting programs in it and content in it that you'll find useful. And also, lastly, I want to talk about our 2 journals. And so let me stop here. I want to talk about our 2 journals here, and then I'll end it. Let me go here real quick. Let me go here. Okay, let me share this screen. Okay, let me share this screen. Okay, share. I want to talk about our 2 journals here. So we have the Journal for Small Business Management right here. This is our oldest and I think journal in the world that talks about small business management. And so here you can learn a little bit about what our different initiatives in the journal here, and also a little bit about all the different topics that we have here. So this is one journal that you get as part of your membership benefit. You get it electronically. And then our next journal as well is the one that we just launched this year. It's the Journal of the International Council for Small Business, GISP. And you can see a little bit about GISP here. You can see about our latest articles here, our target audience and our call for papers and our scope and selected topics as well. And you also get to meet our editor. And also more importantly, you can also pitch any research ideas that you might have with ICSB. So we have a pitch session coming up this Friday. So if you have a research idea that you want to pitch our editor, I highly encourage you to come here, read this, right? And you can pitch the GISP editor now, or you can register for our upcoming pitch session with the editor on Friday, May 22nd at 10 a.m. Washington, D.C. time. So there's a lot to cover, and there's a lot of activities here. So with that said, and I want to thank you, but I also want to tell you that next week, we have an exciting new program. It's Arts and Entrepreneurship, or Entrepreneurship and the Arts, and we'll be making an announcement soon in the next couple of days on this. So I want to switch back and just see if there's any more chat questions or comments from anybody. Let me see. Questions, let me see. No questions. And let me see if there's anything in the chat. And I don't see anything in the, let me just make sure. No, nothing in the chat. So I think we, oh, yep, here, I'm a researcher. Okay, there's one. I'm a researcher and educator with universities in Toronto. What is the best way to join? Excellent. So Jackie, you probably are a professor. So then the best way for you to join, a couple of things. One, if you're interested in doing the Family Business Conference, I urge you to join the Family Business Conference. It's next week, next Friday. So for $150, you get the conference and the membership. That's already $125. So you're basically paying $25 more, and you get to do the conference and join us automatically as a member. But if you just don't want to do anything with family business and you're only interested in the research, then it's very simple. You come to membership right here, and you click on the membership benefit as a professional, which is $125. You click here to join right here, and you automatically fill out, you read your benefits here, and then what you will get is you basically fill it out, and you pay, and you create your profile on it, and then the ICSB team will email you your certificate, your badge, which you can post on social media, and we have you subscribe to our both journals so you can get them electronically right away, right? And then basically that's what will happen. It's very simple. And then you start getting emails from us and communications from us with all the different information that's coming up, the certificates that are coming up. We are doing an exciting new certificate with Mark Gruber on where to play, or what we call it, the navigating market opportunities. And so we'll tell you, hey, Jackie, there's one coming up. You get a discount for it if you join. And then you can share with your friends or your colleagues and stuff like that. And more importantly, if you find this useful and if you find this something that's worth your school or university, you can talk to your colleagues and say, why don't we create a K-Hub? Okay, a K-Hub is costing us $2,000. It pays for 5 memberships, which is 5 times $125. We get 1 free conference registration for Paris or the next World Congress, and we can run ICSB center activities in your school with the ICSB as a global partner. You see how that Can you share my, the question, can I share my discounts? That's a good idea. We haven't thought about it, that if you are a member, you can actually give it on a referral basis. Something for me to take notes on. And I think the answer is we'll probably do something like that as we move forward. You're thinking like an entrepreneur. I like that. So, yeah, absolutely. Right, and we can talk. Yeah, absolutely. Come reach out to us. We'll figure something out. We're trying to build it up. So if you do, why not? Then that's the idea. Again, really, at the end, to be honest with you all here, this is just for us to help promote micro and small medium enterprises here. So any idea, any concept, any initiative that we answer 3 questions here. Is it helping micro and small medium enterprises? Yes. Is it helping the community, you all, the members? Yes. And is it fulfilling the ICSB mission and vision? If it's yes, 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 we see no problem. Let's make it happen. You know, it's just as simple as how I observe it here. So, okay. So thank you. So I look forward for Jackie and others to be presenters here. And I want to thank you all for coming today. This was very exciting. This is actually my first ever webinar and pitching the ICSB membership campaign. So I'm excited. I hope I did okay. Right, and I hope you learned a lot. And I want to thank you all for joining. I look forward to engaging with you more. And please stay safe and do not hesitate to contact me or ICSB anytime if you have any more questions as well, and we can share more information. And I'll stop here. And let me. You're welcome, Moses. And I'll stop here, and then I'll end it here if there's no other comments or questions. Okay, I'll stop the recording.